Hey everybody, Nick from Match Point Tennis. Hopefully you're doing well on this beautiful here in Michigan Tennis Tip Tuesday. And I want to talk to you today about the toss. So I posted a question or a poll on my Instagram, and this is what a lot of people wanted to see. And I want to talk to you about the benefits of having a lower toss, okay? So one of the first things I tell my players or my students is that you're only as good as your toss. If you have a bad toss, meaning maybe it's inconsistent, or if you have a too high of a toss, your serve is not going to be as good as it could be, okay? You're only as good as your toss, and we want to get a good quality consistent toss. Now, one of my favorite tennis players, Juan Martín del Potro, has a massive toss. He gets that ball really high up there. He'll throw it and he waits, and then boom, he hits that ball. And he has to wait. And the key there is he's got to wait. So having that high toss, there's a couple things I don't like about it. Number one, it causes your body to slow down or stop. You throw this up here and you got to wait and then go, right? And we don't want you to wait and go. We want that serve to be a nice, continuous motion. Sometimes you see that sock and you're, throwing. Okay, we want that nice, continuous serving motion. And what happens is if your toss is too high, you're here and you're freezing and you're delayed, and then you got to go up and get it. And you're going to lose some power there because you're losing some momentum. You're stopping, then trying to go again. So that's number one thing. The number one thing I don't like about a high toss. Number two, the consistency. Okay, you have to have impeccable timing on a high toss. Now, Del Potro can do that because he's a pro, right? But normal guys like you and I, and gals, it's harder to be more consistent. We have to throw this ball up here and hit it in our strike zone. And believe it or not, gravity's our enemy here. So imagine if we're looking at a racket and a ball's coming down and we've got to hit it on our serve, okay? So we're coming up here for a serve, boom. It's going to be much harder to time the ball as it's coming down. It's going to be quicker going through the hitting surface, right? It's going to be dropping, and you got to try to hit it right here as it's dropping. Could you imagine timing that, versus maybe going for a ball that's not thrown as high, that's going to stay in the sweet spot a little longer. So number two I don't like about a high toss is your range and your timing have to be almost impeccable to hit a really high quality serve. It's just too challenging. So what should we do? Well, we should have a toss that doesn't go much higher than our outstretched hand. Vic Braden tells us, 17 to 20 inches. Okay, 17 to 20 inch toss, that's all you need, okay, to be effective. A nice continuous motion, 17 to 20 inches. Now, that's really hard to gauge. In my opinion, I try to toss my ball just above my outstretched hand. So when I reach up here like this, my toss only needs to go a little bit above my racket, if that. Okay, and that's not much. The racket's 27 inches. I kind of let it go at head height. But that's a good gauge for me to look at, okay? And what that does, number one, if you're a lower toss, you're actually going up to hit the ball as it's coming up. And when that ball's still going up, it spends a lot more time in the hitting zone, the strike zone, or the sweet spot. So you're going to actually have more time or a little bit better range to hit a more consistent serve. Number two, if it's a lower toss, your body has to stay continuously going. So you're going to maximize that power. Everything's going with it versus stopping, then trying to force a hard serve. Okay. Number three, I think having a lower toss, I think you can be a little more consistent with it instead of throwing this monster toss way up there. Okay. Shorter toss is going to allow, in my opinion, for a more accurate toss. You have a more accurate toss, you have more of a continuous swing, you're going to get better serve results. So when you're thinking about improving your serve, maybe the first thing you would look at on this Tennis Tip Tuesday is making sure your toss isn't going too high. So this is Nick from Match Point Tennis on another Tennis Tip Tuesday on this beautiful Tuesday, May 12th day. We'll see you next time.